What's up? This is my first video, so I can't say welcome back. But today, what I'm gonna be doing for my first video, is reacting to AI cringe Reddit stories, because they make me giggle, and they're also rage baiting, and they're also wholesome. Okay, just letting you know, this also is unscripted, so sorry if I'm not funny.
Boyfriend of 9 years left me for a better woman his family chose. 3 years later, he's losing it.
Okay, first off the bat, why would you call her a better woman if, like, this is from your perspective? Just say a different woman. Like, you could say in his perspective, a better woman. You're the better woman, girl.
Seeing me happy with my successful business and my soulmate. Jason dumped me after his family decided I wasn't good enough for their precious bloodline. 9 years together, and I got replaced by Victoria, daughter of his dad's business partner. Old money, Ivy League degree, spoke 3 languages, had connections in every...
Okay, she is quite talented, because Ivy League degree speaks 3 languages. She could be as boring as a piece of paper, you know, could be really, like, no personality. So, still, you're amazing, girl. Don't doubt yourself. Just because she's smart, she might be a bit smarter than you. And she might not be. Ivy League degree doesn't necessarily mean, like, that's... Anyways, but don't doubt yourself, but that is really fun. Really impressive.
Major city. Everything I apparently wasn't. The breakup speech was practiced. Caroline, you know I love you, but my family has concerns about long-term compatibility. After 9 years, after I'd moved across the country for his job, helped his sister...
Oh, it was 9 years. I was about to say, I was like, girl, you moved across the country for this man's job? Why? But y'all were dating a long time. That's understandable. That checks out. I get that. Yeah.
Into college, spent every holiday with his family like I was already one of them. His mother called it incompatibility. I called it what it really was. I didn't come from the right tax bracket. They were engaged within 6 months. I watched their announcement on Instagram while eating...
9 years of dating, engaged in 6 months is crazy. I don't think this is real, because I get it, that does happen in some real life situations. But okay, we barely started this clip of this, so let's get back to that actually. But my proof that this isn't real.
Ice cream straight from the container at 2 a.m. The comments were full of people I thought were my friends congratulating them, saying they were perfect together.
I'm sorry, I keep pausing, but like, your friends congratulating them? Get out! Those are not your friends, sweetie. They were never your friends. They were his friends. They were his friends. Much love though. Wait.
Systematic. His mother, who used to call me her second daughter, blocked my number. His sister, who I'd mentored through her teenage years, acted like I was a stranger when we ran into each other at Target. 9 years of my life, deleted like a spam email. My friends back home begged me to leave the city, but something stubborn in me refused to...
Those are your friends. The ones who are like, get out! Get out now.
What are you filming? And I'm never able to answer.
Oh, reaction content.
Okay.
Why?
It's because your mother wants to know.
No, I'm actually, I'm murdering babies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let her know.
Yeah, just making sure you knew.
Just whatever you do, just do it well, okay?
I'll try my best. Anyways, those are your friends though.
Instead, I got angry. That little hobby Jason always dismissed, my sustainable fashion side hustle he called playing dress up, became my lifeline. His mother once asked at dinner when I'd focus on my real career instead of wasting time on vintage clothes. I remembered that comment every single day. I threw everything into it. 16-hour days learning supply chain.
And you stayed? You stayed? I have a partner, and if they said to me that, like, oh, you should actually pay attention instead of wasting all your money on that, unless we're like in a situation where we need to, like, we don't have enough money to be spending it on those kind of things, then that's understandable. That's like a financial concern. They're like, babe, we don't have enough money for that. But if it's like a situation where we have the money to and I want to, and they're like about it, I'm out. Or I'm sitting them down and having a very long conversation with them.
connecting with local artisans, building relationships with sustainable fabric suppliers. I reinvested every penny, lived off ramen, turned my spare bedroom into a workspace. My marketing background finally paid off. I built a brand story that resonated. The sustainable fashion wave hit, and I caught it. Within a year, I went from a few $100s a month to 5 figures. By year 2, I quit my day job. Then a major fashion blogger featured me as an emerging sustainable brand to watch. Orders exploded overnight. I hired employees, rented a real workspace, established manufacturing partnerships. That hobby hit 7 figures within 2 years. 3 years later, I'm running a multi-million-dollar business with 80 employees and international distribution. We've been featured in Vogue. Last month, Forbes named me one of their 30 under 30 in retail and e-commerce. And I met Simon. I literally spilled coffee on his laptop at a cafe 18 months ago. I was mortified.
That's such a meet cute, just like spilling coffee and being like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Meet cute dream? That's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Don't worry about it. It's just some third grade burns. You know, it's not a big deal. What is a big deal is how beautiful your eyes are. Thank you. Simon. Like the chipmunk. Like it belongs in a Wattpad or a movie. Also, baddie come back. Holy. Yes, get that bag.
It off and we talked for 3 hours. He's a software engineer who runs his own tech consulting firm. He actually celebrates my success instead of feeling threatened by it. Simon proposed last month with a ring he designed himself, incorporating sustainable stone.
I'd fold. The way. This is me. He designed it himself is so cute. Not even just like going to the person and like them designing it together. Like, he designed it himself. Props to you.
Because he pays attention to what matters to me. Just us on our favorite hiking trail. No family pressure or social expectations. That's when Jason started appearing everywhere. First, he followed my business Instagram, then my personal account. Then he started showing up at industry events where he knew I'd be speaking. Just interested in sustainability now, he'd say casually. Like running into me at 3 different conferences in 2 months was coincidence. His Instagram stories suddenly featured posts about supporting local businesses and the importance of environmental responsibility.
Did his wife leave him? Was his wife too smart for him? Was his wife like, oh, actually you're dumb. Actually you're a jerk. I'm out. Is that how it happened? And now he's crawling back. He's cowering back. Yeah.
He'd tag locations near my office, comment on posts from people in my network. 2 weeks ago, I saw him sitting in the coffee shop across from my workspace. Same spot, 3 days in a row. Simon wanted to confront him, but I said no. I wasn't giving Jason the satisfaction. Then yesterday, the message came through. His mother requested to follow my business account. The same woman who couldn't be bothered to say goodbye to me 3 years ago. The same woman who once told Jason I was holding him back from his potential. The DM that followed made my blood run cold. Caroline, I hope you're well. I've been following your incredible success. Jason made a terrible mistake. We all did. Victoria isn't who we thought she was. They're having problems. He asks about you constantly. I know this is forward.
Victoria isn't who you thought she was. It's Victoria. It's the other woman. No. Obviously, the other woman could have not even known about this other girl. And I think their problems are, kind of his fault. Just saying, because, like, ain't no way he was such a bitch in their first relationship, and now that he's got a new girl, they're also having problems. Rev. Get up.
Could we talk? Some mistakes deserve second chances. You were always like a daughter to me. I sat there staring at my phone for a whole minute. Then I screenshotted it, sent it to Simon with the caption, "You seeing this?" and blocked her. I blocked Jason on every platform. Some mistakes don't get second chances, and some people don't deserve to watch you win after they bet against you.
Okay, so I want that to be real. I want that revenge arc to be real because that is so iconic.
Shake it like jelly.
Anyways, though, I want that to be real. Like, in my heart of hearts, I want that girl to have found the love of her life after him and to have built this amazing, beautiful business and to be a baddie and to just, beautiful. I want that to be real. Like, all the pain she went through, horrible, but I want that to be real. I am gonna have to put this in that fake because, like, okay, so this one, the caption says, "At my nephew's birthday party, I said, can't wait for the big family dinner tomorrow. ... 3 dots. Okay.
At my nephew's birthday party, I said, can't wait for the big family dinner tomorrow. My cousin laughed. Wait, you don't know? That was yesterday. My aunt pulled out her phone. Photos. Toasts, everyone smiling. My sister snapped. Maybe take the hint next time. I didn't respond, but what I did next, wipe the smiles off every one of their faces. I was standing in the corner of my sister's immaculate living room. The room was filled with...
Why are they always standing in the corner? I've noticed that. There's always a bone-chilling, terrifying realization. And they're standing in the corner. That's what I've come to realize that. Okay, anyways.
Wrapping paper, half-eaten cake, and the deafening noise of my nephew's 7th birthday party. I held a plastic cup of lukewarm soda, trying my best to make conversation with a family that always seemed too busy for me. That's when I made the mistake of smiling and saying, I can't wait for the big family dinner tomorrow. The room went dead silent. My cousin Mark let out a loud, mocking laugh. Wait, you don't know? He chuckled.
Wait, I just picture this, like, awkward brooding guy in the corner with his, like, cup of, like, punch, right? He's like, I can't wait for the big family dinner tomorrow. Oh, girl, where did that energy come from? Love it, but where'd it come from?
Shaking his head. That was yesterday. My stomach dropped. I looked around, confused. My aunt, completely oblivious to the tension, eagerly pulled out her phone. Oh, it was wonderful, she chirped, shoving the bright screen into my face. There it was. A sprawling table at the most expensive steakhouse in the city. Photos of toasts. Everyone laughing. Everyone smiling. Everyone except me. I hadn't even been invited. I slowly turned to look at my sister Claire. She didn't look...
Okay, wait, so I can't figure out if he got the dates wrong. Because he could have totally got the dates wrong. Maybe the family dinner was yesterday, and he was invited, and he got the dates wrong. Or they just made up. What if he hadn't asked? What if he showed up to the house expecting a dinner and they're just like, oh no, girl, we lied. You're not meant to be here. Like, what was their plan if they were lying, honestly? Were they just gonna cancel it?
Guilty. She didn't look apologetic. She just looked annoyed that I was making things awkward. She crossed her arms, glared at me, and snapped, maybe take the hint next time, take the hint. Those 4 words echoed in my head, loud and sharp. I didn't yell. I didn't throw my drink.
What hint? The invitation to the family dinner tomorrow that apparently was a day ago? Like, that's not a hint. That's just a lie. That's just you being confusing.
Didn't make a scene. I just stared at her, feeling a cold, hollow numbness spread through my chest. Quickly replaced...
Cold, hollow numbness. Not the bone-chilling thing, but there's always some, like, chilling coldness, chilling realization, and it's like, it's always there, but it was here too.
By an icy, calculated clarity. For years, I was the boring one, the workaholic, the guy who missed weekend trips because I was always grinding at the office. They thought I was just a lifeless corporate drone they had to tolerate out of obligation. But there was something they didn't know. A secret I had kept for 3 agonizing years just to protect their fragile egos. Our late father's supposed family trust, the one that paid Claire's mortgage, Aunt Helen's business lease, and Mark's expensive out-of-state college tuition, didn't exist anymore. Dad had died drowning in hidden debt. The estate was completely bankrupt. I was the one who quietly bailed them out. I used the money from my...
I thought they were talking about the dad had died drowning, and I was like, oh, don't know what that has to do with this, but damn. Okay. Rest in peace. Okay, so he's paying for
own software company to set up automated monthly transfers into their accounts. I let them believe they were living off generational wealth, just so they could sleep peacefully at night. I paid for the very house we were standing in. I effectively paid for the extravagant...
That's dumb. I'm not saying take credit for paying their rent. I'm not saying, like, take credit, but, like, don't be like, yeah, I pay your rent, so you better listen to me. You better love me. You better cherish me. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying be like, make sure they're aware that you're the one paying their rent. Or not. Maybe you want to see their true colors when they don't know that. But I feel like it is something, if you're their family, that's something, like, finance-wise should be discussed. But I guess you want to really find, because this family has always kind of disrespected him, apparently. So you want to, like, see who they really are. Which, that's a fair play. Fair play, you know what I mean?
Steakhouse dinner they used to exclude me, and this was my reward. Maybe take the hint next time. I took a slow, deep breath, looking around at the smug faces of my own blood. You know what, Claire? I said, my voice dangerously calm. You're absolutely right. I reached into my jacket pocket and pulled out my phone. I opened my private banking app. I navigated directly to the scheduled transfers page. Claire rolled her eye.
And you take those bitches off of your bank. Ignore how much I just stuttered, but you take them off of that bank account. You remove them from your money because you earn that back. You skip those family vacations to earn that back. And they're trying to pull up with trying to kick you out but expect you to be their ATM? It don't work like that way. It don't work that way.
What are you doing? Are you going to pout and call an Uber? No, I said softly, my thumb hovering over the glowing screen. I'm taking the hint. Tap Claire's $4,000 monthly mortgage payment. Canceled. Tap Aunt Helen's commercial business line of credit. Canceled. Tap Mark's university tuition auto draft. Canceled. I locked my phone, the screen going black, and slipped it casually back into my pocket. I looked up. They were all staring at me, confused by my silence. What was that? Mark asked, his mocking smile finally starting to falter. Just tying up some loose ends, I said, stepping toward the front door. I paused, placing my hand on the doorknob, and looked back at my sister. By the way, Claire, Dad's
There's always a pause. There's always a... And another thing. It's like, just say what you need to say. Like, this guy's completely in the right, but just say what you need to say in the first place. There's no need for that Disney pause and turn.
went bankrupt 3 years ago. He left us with nothing but a massive mountain of debt. The annoyance on her face vanished, instantly replaced by a deep, confused frown. What are you talking about? She demanded. The trust pays for my house. It pays for— No, I interrupted, my voice echoing in the sudden quiet of the room. I pay for your house. I pay for Mark's school. I pay for Helen's lease. I've been covering all of it out of my own pocket, so you guys wouldn't lose everything. The silence in the room was absolute. You could hear a pin drop. But since I need to start taking hints, I continued, a cold, satisfied smile finally creeping onto my face. I just canceled every single automated transfer. Aunt Helen gasped, her hands flying to her mouth. She dropped her phone, the screen cracking against the hardwood floor. Mark's mouth fell open, his eyes wide with sudden terror. Claire's face completely—
Hair keeps attacking my face. I found a hair. Can y'all see this? I don't think you can, but there's a piece of hair. It's okay. We're okay. Let's get back.
of color. She looked like she was going to be violently sick. Wait, Claire stammered, stepping forward, her hands shaking frantically. You're joking. The mortgage is due on Tuesday. You can't just— I can, I said, and I did. I opened the front door, letting the cool evening air hit my face. Happy birthday to the kid, I said without looking back. Good luck with next month's bills. I walked to my car, leaving the front door wide open behind me. I had never felt so deeply betrayed in my entire life. But as I drove away, watching their panicked, frantic figures spill out onto the driveway in my rearview mirror, I realized something else. I had never felt so free.
Okay, so what I've concluded from this is that boy finally stood up for himself. Good on him. Okay, so this one is, well, my family skipped everything. Bum, bum, bum. Doesn't say that, but it just says, oh no, I just read the other thing. Just as my family skipped. They're just holding hands and skipping around the neighborhood, guys. And what's so wrong with that? What's so wrong with that? What's so wrong with them being whimsical and enjoying life and skipping? But I'm assuming skipped everything, it means like they skipped events. That's okay. We'll go back to that. That's not okay, I mean.
Didn't invite them to my wedding. My older brother Austin played travel baseball from age 12 until college. Every weekend was a tournament somewhere. Every conversation at dinner was about his batting average or some recruiter who might have watched him play. Mom lived for it. My high school graduation landed on the same day as Austin's regional tournament. Mom told me at breakfast that scouts would be there and Dad would go to my ceremony instead. I asked if she could come to mine and Dad could go to the game. She looked genuinely confused, like I'd suggested something impossible. She said a mother needs to be there for the important moments.
Okay. I have mixed feelings about this because recruiters are gonna be there. But like I get it at the start, she was saying like they never talked about her. That's messed up. All children deserve light of day. My parents are very good at that. They ask both me and my brother about our days and they care about both of us. You know, that's something my parents do very well. I know not all parents like that, but my parents are just low-key goated. What can I say? Anyways, this I have mixed feelings on. Because recruiters are going to be there, it could very, very, like, impact his future greatly. Like, if he messes up, he's not going to get into what he wants to get into. And if he's really good, he could get into some crazy level sports, like scholarships and, like, all this stuff. But at the same time, it's also your daughter's graduation. And I feel like y'all could split the parents. Like, what she's saying, like, mom could go to one, dad could go to one. And, like, or at least, like, dad could go to one and maybe mom could go to one with some family friends. Like, I feel like you need a bit more people there to support you when you're... Oh. Anyways, it was just a notification. But I feel like extended family, and I feel like you need kind of more people there to support you when you're graduating because, you know, people really only clap for their kids, like, or their, like, kids' friends. So, like, because I went to my brother's graduation, and that's how it was a lot of the time. So I feel like you just really need a big group of people there. Obviously, the brother should get some support, but that can just be one person. That's still support, and you know people showed up for you there. But I feel like the sister also, because I'm assuming sister because of the voice, but the sister should also get some support, if not more, because it's her graduation. That's a big step in life. Obviously, this is still an important thing with the baseball and, like, the recruiters, but I feel like the sister also deserves a lot of support. Anyways.
I graduated with my dad in the crowd 40 minutes late because he had to close the pharmacy first. College was worse. I was the first person in my family to get a degree. Sent the invitation in January for a May ceremony. Mom put it on the fridge and told her book club how proud she was. In April, Austin's team made nationals in Florida the same weekend. Mom called saying they'd already booked the hotel and Austin needed their support because he was in a slump.
You already said you were going to be there. That's the thing. I get it if maybe it was an event planned beforehand and it was like a, sorry, like all this stuff is booked and it's non-refundable, like I really can't make it, I'm really sorry, can we celebrate later? Understandable. But this is a situation where you pinned it on your fridge and you were like, oh, I'm going, I'm so proud, and then Austin's tournament showed up and you booked the hotel and you're like, well, it's not refundable. You didn't have to book that hotel. You already knew her thing was coming up. That was not necessary to do.
She asked if I could walk at the winter ceremony instead. I said no. She said they'd try to make it work. They went to Florida. I walked across that stage with empty seats where they should have been. My roommate's mom came down from the stands and hugged me after because she felt bad. I in a bathroom stall for 20 minutes. Met my
That's a good mom. That roommate's mom.
fiance Troy in grad school. When we got engaged, I planned a small party at an Italian place near campus. Sent my family the invite 6 weeks out. 3 days before, Mom texted asking if we could move it because Austin's girlfriend was having a last-minute baby shower. I said we'd already paid the deposit. She said they'd stop by for a bit. They never came. Mom texted the next day.
Last-minute baby shower versus an engagement party? And the guy's not even engaged. Like, I'm not here for, like, having... Like, I'm not against having babies outside of marriage. But I'm just saying, this is, like, her celebrating her, like, intertwining lives. Like, legally intertwining lives with this guy. And this is just... We freaked and now we're having a child. Let's throw a really quick party randomly. Like, I know having a child is more of a big deal than that, but it's like... It's last minute. Like, you can't go to a last minute event when you already had a pre-planned event.
The shower ran late and they were exhausted. Troy asked about inviting my family to the wedding. I said no. He pushed back because he's close with his family. I showed him 6 years of texts. He stopped asking. I invited my dad.
I'd be upset for pushing back. Like, obviously I understand wanting to know why, but respect their voice. You're planning on spending the rest of your life with this person and you want something from them. You go, hey, I like this. And then they go, no. You can go, why? I want to know why. But you can't just be like, no, I want this. I would be incredibly upset if they couldn't just take no for an answer. I would not be with that person. Like, if my partner did that, you're out. You're leaving. You're gone.
Divorced my mom 2 years earlier. Invited my Aunt Rachel and 2 cousins I actually talked to. That was it. 2 months before the wedding, Mom called. She never calls. Started talking fast about what color dress to wear and whether the ceremony was indoor. Never came. Mom texted the next day saying the shower ran late and they were exhausted. Troy asked about inviting my family to the wedding. I said no. He pushed back because he's close with his family. I showed him 6 years of texts. He stopped asking. I invited my dad, who'd divorced my mom 2 years.
We can't just throw that lore in there. Why did they get divorced? Like... Is the dad better? Or, like, was he just following his mom? His mom? Your mom? Like, what is going on?
Earlier. Invited my Aunt Rachel and 2 cousins I actually talked to. That was it. 2 months before the wedding, Mom called. She never calls. Started talking fast about what color dress to wear and whether the ceremony was indoors. I cut her off and said she wasn't invited. She laughed like I was joking. When I stayed quiet, she went silent. Then she said I was being dramatic. I listed every event she'd missed. She interrupted saying those were important for Austin's future and I was selfish for bringing it up. I hung up. She sent 40 texts that week. Said I was destroying the family. Said people at church kept asking about...
Girl, you destroyed the family. Not your daughter. You missed like 90% of our important events for small events in his life. I get the baseball thing and a baby shower is not important and baseball is important, like especially with recruiters there. But her events were arguably more important. And I'm not saying base them off of like importance, but I'm also saying like half of those events you RSVP to first and then change because he decided to make plans on the same day. That son is definitely being malicious because he knows his parents will show up to whatever he plans on the same day of her important events. Like, I bet you if she did send the invite and it was her wedding day, Mom would be like, sorry, I can't make it. Like, a week before, she'd be like, sorry, I can't make it. Austin is, I don't know, holding a family dinner at his place is really important for networking. And, like, I have to be there. That's what would have happened, so I do not blame this girl for not...
the wedding, and she had to lie to them. That last part clicked. She wasn't upset about missing the wedding. She was upset about looking like a bad mother in front of her friends. I blocked her number. Austin texted saying I was stressing Mom out and she had high blood pressure. Blocked him too. The venue had a gate at the end of a long driveway. Troy's parents hired security because his cousin does local TV and they were paranoid about crashers. Halfway through the reception, the security guard found Troy. They talked quietly, and Troy's expression changed. He came over and leaned down to whisper that my mom was at the gate with Austin, his girlfriend, and their baby. She was refusing to leave. I walked out there in my wedding dress. Mom was standing.
That's next level of entitlement. You've been told you cannot attend this wedding. I do not want you there. You cannot attend this. As much as you want to argue and beg and call, that's to a point understandable. But coming to the wedding that you've been specifically told not to come to, unless you're like, I don't know, the wife or husband's like not ex-lover, but like current lover, and they're cheating on their partner, that's the only time I'm like, okay, valid, you're there for the other partner. You're not there like just to be there and like because you weren't invited. You're there to expose something bad about their marriage. That's understandable. This is a next level entitlement.
By her car holding a wrapped gift box. When she saw me, she started crying and said I looked beautiful, said she was sorry and just wanted to be part of my special day. Austin stood by the car looking at his phone like he wanted to disappear. I told the guard she wasn't on the guest list. Mom's tears stopped instantly. Her face went red and she said she was my mother and didn't need to be on some list. I said she needed an invitation, which she didn't have because she'd spent 6 years showing me I wasn't a priority. She started yelling about how I was humiliating her in front of Austin's girlfriend's family. That's when it hit me. She'd brought them as props.
In front of Austin's girlfriend's family. Girl, do you really care? Yes, I get it's your son's maybe future wife's parents. But do you care how you look in front of them way more than how your daughter feels about you? Oh, this is rage bait. This is rage bait. And it's working. It's working. Undeniably, it works.
This whole thing was about proving to some strangers that she was a good mom. It had nothing to do with actually caring about my wedding. I turned around and walked back inside. The guard told her to leave or he'd call the cops. I heard her screaming from inside the venue while I was cutting the cake with Troy. She finally left after 10 minutes. Dad called me the next day saying Mom had phoned him sobbing about how I'd destroyed her at my own wedding. Said she told everyone at church I'd banned her from coming. Half the family thinks I'm cruel. The other half said she earned it. I haven't spoken to her since. Don't plan to.
She earned it. She earned it, 100%. I'm agreeing with that side of the family. She earned that. Also, I'm hoping this is fake. She didn't get, like, this good revenge at the end of the story, which I think is realistic, so I think that could be... And I know there are a lot of moms who favor their sons, and I noticed the dad wasn't too a part of it. He was more, like, just there, and then he ended up divorcing her, and was on his daughter's side, and was there for his daughter. But I know there are a lot of moms. I have friends whose moms are like this, like male friends whose moms are crazy. And it's insane. They're like, just like obsessed with their sons to a point where it's like, that's your son. You remember that. He's not your husband. Not your husband. He's your son. He's your son. You know? It's just, it gets to a point where this is a very realistic story. That makes sense. Like, this does happen in real life. This 100% could be fake too, but I'm like, I know stuff like this has happened in real life. Future me here. I forgot to film my outro and I realized while I was editing. So that was all I did and had time for that day. Subscribe and like if you like the video. If you're actually watching this, I don't expect it to blow up overnight. This is my first video. Leave a comment if you did watch of what I should do next because I'm uncreative. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.